Okay, today is March 11th, 2026. My name is Luis Escobar. This meeting is a pre-race meeting for the Santa Barbara Nine Trails Endurance Runs, which are happening this Saturday, March 14th, 2026. So we're going to just go over some important information, and there's quite a few people on this call. And if any of you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate. Just ask right when it comes into your mind. First thing I want to do is just welcome all of you. Thank you for choosing this event. I know that there's a lot of running events across the state, and you chose to be with us at Nine Trails, and it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Um, I want to tell you just a little history about the race in case you don't know. The race was founded way back in the 80s by a lady named Patsy Dorsey. And Patsy lives in Santa Barbara. And you're going to meet Patsy. She'll be at the finish line and she'll be there to greet each and every one of you as you cross that finish line. Patsy and her friends were involved with this new crazy sport, Ironman triathlete or triathlons back in the 80s. And her and her friends were running and training in the Santa Barbara foothills in the front country, and she needed more distance than the trails offered. So she came up with these connector trails. So she could run from Jesusita to Tunnel to Inspiration, and then connect all of that to Rattlesnake, and then connect that down Gibraltar, and then all of these connector trails that you see on the map, like the Rattlesnake connector, the Buena Vista connector, all of that stuff. Patsy did. She created all of that in the 80s. She bootlegged all of those trails together. She physically went out there and cut it and built it, and now it's recognized by the Forest Service as actual designated trail. Uh, she thought it would be this great idea to connect all of the trails together, and she came up with this about 18-mile elegant line that went right through the front country of the Santa Barbara. And so her and her buddies ran that, and then they thought it would be a great idea to turn around and do it again the other direction. Turns out it's about 35 miles. In 1990, she hosted the very first organized Santa Barbara Nine Trails 35-mile endurance run, December 1st, 1990. And I'm kind of proud to say I was there that day. I ran that race, and I've ran it every single year for 22 years consecutively. A little bit embarrassed by that, but I want you to know that so you know that I know quite a bit about this race. Been there from the beginning, and here I am still all these years later. It's a challenging race course. You're going to love it. If you signed up for a gnarly, rustic, family owned and operated uh, event, that's exactly what you're going to get. This thing's not overproduced. We do have sponsors that help us out, but you're going to see it's very, very homeschool, and we intentionally go out of our way to keep this thing as rustic as possible, so it feels like it felt in 1990 when Patsy first organized it. I want to tell you about the map that's in the background here, my background, and it's also going to be on your shirt that you're going to be receiving from one of our sponsors, Rabbit. The map is important. Again, it's kind of funky and homespun, and it is. It was hand drawn by a man named Albert Woolfolk, and he was a runner, and he ran Nine Trails back in 1990, and he dedicated that map to his wife. Her name was Stephanie, and he ran the race in 90. Stephanie did not, but that map Patsy had printed and handed out to all of us back there in 1990. And I have that map still hanging on my wall here in my office. So it's an important piece of the Nine Trails history, and you're going to have it on your shirt. I want to tell you that we do have some companies that help us out, and I just want to mention their names to you. Rabbit, which is an apparel company based in Santa Barbara. Teva, which is a shoe company, sandal company. They're based in Goleta, right there. They're part of the Deckers family. Santa Barbara Running, which is a specialty store in Santa Barbara. Joe and Monica DeVries own Santa Barbara Running. We'll be hosting our early runner check-in from 3 to 6 p.m. at Santa Barbara Running. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. Paradise Soap Company, like why in the hell are we talking about soap? The Paradise Soap Company is an old Central Coast company. It's family owned. This soap was made by wildland firefighters, and it's very specific to help remove and soothe the pain that you can get from poison oak. And so you're going to have a sample of that. It's going to be at each of the aid stations. If you go through Poison Oak, which you are going to go through Poison Oak, you might want to rinse off with some Paradise soap. It'll be at each of the aid stations. Hammer Nutrition products will be on the aid station tables. So Hammer Gel, Hammer Heed, which is the replacement drink, and then Hammer Fizz, which is their electrolyte replacement. That will be on the aid station tables. Be Salty is another honey product that you'll see out there as well, and Pickle Juice Sport. There'll be some Pickle Juice Sport across the course on the aid station tables. Let's see. We have 28 volunteers. These are my friends and family members. If you have any problems, questions, concerns, if you're angry, like you want to vent on somebody, don't do it to the volunteers. These are just people like you. They're just runners who are dedicating their weekend for you to help you meet your goals. And a race like this, something bad is going to happen, almost certainly. When it does, just be cool. Don't take it out on the volunteers. If you have a problem, come and see me. And I'll do my best to resolve it. It's not brain surgery, right? We're just trail running. None of this really matters. What matters is your safety more than anything. So just don't tee off on the volunteers, please. In fact, thank them when you see them. Everybody on the course is a volunteer. Everybody from the start to the finish. Registration numbers at the moment for the full 35-mile run, we've got 188 people signed up. For the half, 129. 123 are female and 220 are male. There's 343 people total at this moment. I'm expecting a few more before we get out there and actually race. There's 14 states represented. That's kind of cool. 35% of the runners are local from Santa Barbara proper. Any questions about any of that stuff? About Patsy, about our sponsors, volunteers, registration numbers? No? Okay, good. Everybody still good? Give me a thumbs up. You still with me? Right on. Okay. Hmm. All righty. If somebody could monitor the chat, it's hard for me to read the chat. If there's a question in there, maybe read it to me, please.
I can do that, Lewis. No problem.
Okay. Who said that?
Emma.
Emma.
Hi, good morning.
I can't wait to work with you. Thank you.
Me too. Good morning.
All righty. Yeah, Emma, please monitor the chat. All right, here we go. Let's talk about parking, shuttles, and drop bags. This is really important. There's not a lot of rules connected to this thing, but the rules that we have are very important. And these rules are not me. They're rules that are given to me by our permit with the city, the Forest Service, and the county. And if we break these rules, we're putting the race in jeopardy, right? And this thing's been going on since 1990, so we can't mess this up. The most important thing that you know is the parking. There is no parking, not some parking. There is no parking anywhere on the course or near the course. So you're thinking, well, how is my crew going to get to me? There's no crew. So this is important. The people in Santa Barbara are hyper concerned about fire, and they should be. And if we're parking on the roads and we're constricting the roads, preventing emergency vehicles, they're going to close down the race. It's not maybe, it's for sure. The Forest Service has promised that there will be a ranger on the course for the duration of the event, checking permits and checking parking. So I'm asking you, maybe I'm more like telling you Don't park. Don't encourage your friends to come and see you. Don't park anywhere on the course. If you do, you're going to get a ticket, and um, we could lose our privilege to run. And this includes Cater Water Treatment Plant, San Roque Road, uh, Gibraltar Road, especially. Everybody wants to go to Gibraltar, and Romero Canyon, that turnaround there, Bella Vista. It's a big mess anyway. And then if we add 100 cars, it's going to be horrible. Okay, I'm going to stop with that. I'm just telling you guys, please don't park. Don't think that I'm just going to, no one's going to know. It's just me. Don't put me in a position to have to disqualify you or do something crazy. Just please don't park anywhere on the course. No crew, no pacers. That's how it was in 1990. So how in the hell are you going to get back and forth? We've arranged for a shuttle. Everything I'm telling you is in the runner guide, and it's pretty clear, pretty concise. So there will be a shuttle that will be running every approximately 30 minutes at the designated parking lot and designated bus stop on Garden Street down by the harbor. That information is in the runner guide. There's a GPS link to it. But just remember, Garden Street parking. The You're just welcome to go park anywhere downtown or anywhere down by the harbor. But if you park in that parking lot, you will need to pay. I don't know what it is, $5, $8. I have a permit agreement with the city that lot should be open at 3:30 a.m. on Saturday. And the kiosk should be working. You should be able to pay with your debit card or whatever at 3:30 and then park your car safely and legally the Garden Street parking lot. Then the bus is going to come. It's a big black bus. On the side, it says Santa Barbara Nine Trails. There'll be two volunteers there that are going to help just wave you into the bus. Be patient. They're going to be making trips back and forth. They're supposed to do it every 30 minutes, but it could be sooner, could be later. You paid for this shuttle, use it. All right. The shuttle's going to start at 4 a.m. on Saturday and continue until 9 a.m. So that's plenty of time for the 35 milers and the 17 milers. Cool. Any questions about shuttle? The shuttle will start again at noon on Saturday and continue until about 6:30 or 7 p.m. The other way you can get to the start, of course, is rideshare, Uber, Lyft. They can come and drop you off at Cater, but they can't park there. Your friends and family can drop you off at Cater Water Treatment Plant, but they can't park there. If they do, I'm telling you, it's going to be a big problem. Don't park in the neighborhood. Don't, oh, okay, I'm just going to park down the road on Foothill or somewhere. Please don't do that. Use the shuttle or just get dropped off. If it was me doing this, I would just get an Uber. Makes the most sense. How about leaving a bike at the start? Yeah, that's no problem. Just no cars. Drop bags. We'll put a 10 by 10, an easy up somewhere near the start line, and it will not be secure, but it'll be a place. So you can just put your bags there. You get off the shuttle, change your clothes, put your bag there, and it'll be there. If I were you, I would put my name on it. But I am telling you, we don't have a bag check. There's not gonna be an attendant there. None of that. So just put your bag there. All right.
Another question, Lewis.
Yes.
Is there a specific place they should park or lock bikes?
No, I don't know. Somewhere out of the way. Yeah. Okay. I guess I kind of got excited and just jumped ahead. This thing's going to start on Saturday, March 14th, this Saturday. And the 35-mile race is going to start at 6 a.m. And the 17-mile is going to start at 9 a.m. And it starts and finishes, I keep saying Cater, like you guys all know what I'm talking about. It starts and finishes at the Cater Water Treatment Plant on San Roque Road, which is also the Jesucita trailhead. Okay.
Another question, at what mileage will the drop bags be?
The drop bags will be at the start and finish. We're not taking bags out onto the race course. So don't consider them drop bags. Consider it your personal gear that you're going to leave at the start and then you're going to pick it up at the finish. It will not be on the race course. You're going to be self-sufficient. Again, you signed up for an old school, rustic, hard ass running event. That's what you're going to get. You're going to carry it all with you.
And then question about the porta potties that we have set up, where will they be
There will
located?
be four porta potties at the DATESaturday trailhead. There'll be extra toilet paper in there. They're kind of hidden in the dark, so when you arrive, you're not going to be able to see them. Walk towards the DATESaturday trailhead. They will be on your left. There's four of them. There is no other porta potties on the course. There's four at the start finish. And there should be extra toilet paper. You paid for it. It should be in there. All right. Any other questions? Okay, keep going. Where were we? Parking. I beat that into the ground. Shuttle. All that information is in the runner guide. You can find the runner guide at allwedoisrun.com. Drop.
Question about if there will be ice at aid station.
That's the plan. Yes. The plan is that there will be ice at the aid stations. Anything can happen, but at the moment, we are fully planning that there will be ice. Let's talk about course marking. The course is going to be marked Friday morning, and it's going to be marked with pink surveyor ribbon, so pink tape. It's mostly going to be on your right-hand side, runner right on the way out, which means when you turn around, those same ribbons will be on your left. So we're not moving the ribbons. Sometimes people think that I should move the ribbons. We can't do that. So they're all going to be on the right-hand side on the way out, runner right. When you turn around, the same ribbons are going to be hanging in the same place on your way back. So they're going to be on the right, on the
Good
out,
morning from
on your left.
Chamberlain Ranch.
They're going to be on your left, on your left on the way back. Here's a general idea for you. Keep the ocean on your right all the way out. Keep the ocean on your left all the way back. If you're on the way out and there's a time when the ocean is on your left, you're going backwards. Pink is positive. Run towards the pink markers. They'll be on your right. Blue is negative. Blue is bad. If you see blue, stop, turn around, look behind you. You should see the pink. If you run past blue markers, you're going to get lost. Another thing to know about the course is that it essentially follows the Edison power lines. So there's big power lines. It doesn't follow it exactly, but mostly. So if you get all screwed up, just look for the power lines, power poles, get yourself to it and start following it. And it should connect with the course. If there's ever a time when you're on the very top of a mountain and you're looking down into the Santa Ynez Valley, you are way off course. So don't go to the top of, if you see Camino Cielo Road, you see pavement and you're on the very top of the mountain and you're looking down into Solvang, go back the other way, go towards the ocean. If you get completely twisted up, you're lost, you're done, just go towards the ocean and you will hit a road and you'll figure it out from there. Shouldn't happen. Those are the worst case situations. Here's one more time. Pink is positive. Blue is bad. We have a lot of tampering on this race course, which means the local trail users, mountain bikers, day hikers, local residents, especially in the Montecito area, do not like us being back there. So they remove the markers or they tamper with the markers. Telling you that to say that there's a chance that you're going to find yourself where you can't see markers. This is where the GPX file comes in. So I've sent it to you in every way that I possibly can. There's a link to Caltopo map, which you can um, carry with you on your phone. Follow that. There's a link to GPX files that are sitting in a Dropbox folder. Go there, download them, upload it to your smart device, to your Coros watch, your Garmin, to your smartphone. Um, Use that. Find a local runner that knows the course. Follow them. Just know that there's a good chance that someone is going to remove the markers. How we combat that is we have a runner who's going to start at 3 a.m. in the morning ahead of all of you, and he's going to run the entire course in front of you, and he's going to make sure that the ribbons are still hanging. But still, sometimes people pull them from behind. Okay, so just be prepared. I've done everything I can. We're going to mark it. We're going to double check it. I've sent you a link to a printed map. I've sent you a link to a GPX file. I've sent you a link to a Caltopo map. I don't know any other way to describe that.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so there's this, yes, the GPX only has one way from the start to the turnaround. So when you get to the turnaround, just follow the same line back. It's not necessary for you to have a line going out and a line going back. It doesn't have to equal 35 miles. It's going to equal about 17 and a half miles, which will get you to Romero, and then turn around and just go right back. Is there any questions about that? The GPX file does not say 35 miles. It says 17.5 or something like that.
A
It,
question on if the course markers have
Thank you,
reflectors.
Dave. No, no, they do not. Any questions about the course markers, the colors, the hazards that we're expecting, the GPX file?
Sorry.
Emma, you're doing such a good job. Thank you. Okay. Cool, cool. Cutoff times. There are a couple of cutoff times, and these, again, this is not just me trying to get you off the course. This is our permits with the Forest Service. Romero Canyon is mile 17 and a half-ish. No one will leave Romero Canyon after 1 p.m. So how many hours is that? You start at 6, you need to turn around by 1. If you arrive after 1 o'clock, we're going to put you in a car and drive you home or ask you to get an Uber. Okay?
Okay, a couple questions coming up.
Sure.
Where is the half turnaround?
The half turnaround is at Gibraltar Road, approximately mile 9
Oh,
If
nice.
ish.
if someone sees a friend out mountain biking, can they take food, drinks, or supplies from them?
No, what?
That's against the spirit of the event. I can't control any of that. So, you signed up for this thing. We're all in the same boat. Is it fair for you to have aid somewhere where your friends and co-runners do not have aid? It's your call on that, but it's certainly against the spirit of Nine Trails.
Packet pickup question. Can someone pick up a packet early for another runner?
No, it's got to be the runner. Um, we don't check ID, and here's the reason why. Without fail, you pick up your packet and you pick up your wife's packet, and then you mix up the numbers, or you don't see her. Something always gets screwed up with that. So no, there's plenty of opportunity, plenty of time to do it. We'll talk about that in detail as well. But it's 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday the 13th at Santa Barbara Running. So there's 3 hours right there. Come by, pick it up. Uh, or 4:30, I think it is. Let me look on the notes. Saturday morning, we'll be there early also.
Another question about headphones, just confirming that none are allowed, even open ear ones like shocks.
Our insurance very specifically says no strollers, no dogs, no bicycles, no animals, and no headphones. Again, I can't enforce that. I can tell you this, I do a lot of running events. The people that get lost and then get angry are almost always wearing headphones. So it's up to you. My answer is no. They're against the rules. They're against our insurance. However, look, these are my shocks. I love them. I wear them all of the time. I listen to books and podcasts when I run and hike. These open ear ones, if you don't have them, you should take a look at these because you can hear your music or whatever, and you can also hear ambient sound around you. That was a long answer to say. Official answer is no. Okay, let's get back to cutoffs. Romero, 1 o'clock. Need you out of Romero by 1. If you're close, please don't argue with the aid station volunteers. There's really no negotiating on this. Just get yourself there before 1. There will be a sweep team starting at Romero at 1 o'clock, which means they're going to be walking on the course backwards. They're going to be removing all of the markers. They're going to make sure that everybody gets from Romero all the way
over there
back
now
to
if you
Cato.
want to.
Let me mute that guy.
Do you have a hand truck?
I love it. I do these meetings and you can hear people talking. All right.
Okay,
Yeah, go
couple
ahead.
other questions.
Mhm.
Polls are okay.
Polls are okay and encouraged.
And then aid station water, wondering about quantities. Is there going to be ample water to fill up a 2 to 3 liter?
That's the plan. Yes. There should be, yeah, based on our experience, there should be more than enough. We're planning on more than 50 gallons at each location.
Hey, Lewis. This
Yes.
is Lambert.
Hi, Lambert.
How you doing?
Good. Will you introduce
I'd
yourself?
like to jump in, and talk about the timing.
Go for it. Introduce yourself or do you want me to do it?
No, I can introduce myself, sure.
All right.
This is Lambert. Some of you know me as LT, if you know me. You'll see me out on the course. You'll see several others out on the course. We will have timing. It's chip timed. It's RFID. On the back of your bib, there'll be a chip. Don't damage that chip. Everyone wants to fold up their bib and make it as small as possible. Don't do that. It's got a chip. Don't damage that chip. When you put it on top of your clothing. Don't tuck it into your pocket. Don't put it under your pouches, your vests, whatever else you got. It's got to be out. It's got to be loose and free, on top of your clothes. Don't pin it really tight to your shirt, because if you sweat, that's going to mess that chip up and it won't read, and that's going to be a problem. When you go out, we're gonna read your chip when you go out, but it's not a chip time at the start. It's going to be a gun start. When you get to Gibraltar, if you're a 17 miler, make sure you go across the mat. You're going to see some mats there. If you drop there, don't go back across the mat. Stay on the other side of the mat. If we don't see you coming back across that mat, we know that you're on the other side. We'll get word back from the aid station that you DNF'd. If you come back across that mat, we're going to assume that you're on your way back and you're somewhere between there and the finish. If you're running the full distance, you will still you'll go across that mat. That time stamp that you crossed there will be reported back to the main system, and this will be up online. The link is available. Your friends and family, they can't be out there on the course with you, but they can track you. They can see where you're at, which is why it's important for you to go across that mat. When you get to Romero at the turnaround for the 35 milers, same thing, go across the mat. When you come in, make sure we read you. Don't go back across that mat if you're not planning on coming back. If you go across that mat, we'll assume you're on your way back. Something happens, We're going to have to come look for you, assuming that that's something. When you finish, make sure you go across the mat. We've seen people come back and they're not happy with the time that they finished with. So they bypass the finish line and they go in their car and they go home. Well, guess what? We think you're still out there on the course. So that's not a good idea. Go across the mat at the finish line. We'll read it. If you have an issue with anything and you don't like your time, if it's just a simple question, you can reach out to us. The email is on the site. If it's something like, well, I don't like my time, I don't want it recorded, you can talk to Lewis. That's up to him, what he wants to do with you at that your car and leave. It is a tough course. You're not going to know when you're getting into these different aid stations for those of you that are not familiar with the course. If you see mats laying across the trail, that's for you. If you see things, those things are for you. They're not to be avoided or gone around. When you come to the finish, you'll see an arch. That's for you. Don't go around it, go through it. Thanks, Lewis.
Thank you, Lambert. Do any of you have any questions about timing? You paid for chip timing, and that's what you're going to get. However, it only works with your cooperation, and it's your responsibility to hit those mats. On the way out, when we start the race, Lambert mentioned it's a gun start, which means at 6 o'clock in the morning, the clock starts, regardless of where you are. So if you're late, you're late. You will not be going through an arch on the start, but on the return, when you finish the race, there's going to be a metal framed arch at the finish area where you're going to see Patsy Dorsey. You're going to run through that arch. Please do not leave the race course without letting us know. If you decide to drop out somewhere, it's important that you check in at the aid station and make sure that they see your bib number and somebody writes it down. There's a captain at each aid station. So just go into that aid station, say like, who's in charge? And say, hey, I'm out. I'm going to drop. And fine. Just let us know. If you don't let us know, we assume that you're on the race course and you're lost. And you put me at risk, because then that night I have to put on my gear and start snooping around and try to find you in the dark. Don't do that. Also, if you are behind a cutoff, say you get to Romero at after 1 o'clock, and you say, you know what, this is an open course, this is a public thing, I'm going on, screw you, here's my bib number, I'm going to finish this thing. Well, I can't stop that, but that's in a complete violation of our permit. And again, if you do that, you put the race at risk, you put yourself at risk. More importantly, you put me and our volunteers at risk, because then we have to looking around for you all night long. Don't do that. If you're behind the cutoff, just sit, come back and run tomorrow. Okay. All right. Any
Okay.
questions about timing?
We
How
don't
to
have
wear the
timing
chip?
questions.
Yes, go ahead.
We've got a lot of aid station questions, which I'm purposely not answering just yet because I think you'll naturally answer most of them.
Yeah.
Quick question about headlamps. Is there enough twilight at 6 a.m. or are headlamps recommended?
Great question. It's going to be dark at the start. And the first 1.5 to 2 miles of the course is under canopy. So even when the sun comes up, it's still dark. It would be a mistake to start this race without a light. It's going to be dark. I'm not sure what the moon cycle is, but I don't think there's going to be much moonlight. Bring a light, carry a light at all times. All right. It's not mandatory at the start, but I would be foolish not to.
Question about cutoff times for the half.
There's really no cutoff times for the half. You just need to be finished before 7 p.m. So we'd like you out of Romero prior to 4. And I'm sorry, not Romero, but out of Gibraltar prior to 4. And we'd like everybody off the course by dark, which is about 7:30. Sunset is 7:05. So you can walk the half. The half is really originally intended to be a non-competitive group run. And now we're timing it, and it's a race. We have awards for the winners, but there's really no cutoff.
Several weather questions. One wondering if what the hottest year that Nine Trails has had will be. And then another just about trail conditions. Are we going to be getting wet? Are we going to be crossing a creek?
Yeah, sure. The weather conditions will be seasonal. Uh, this time of year in Santa Barbara, we've had snow and we've had temperatures in the 90s. The forecast for this Saturday is 79 degrees high. Santa Barbara Nine Trails course is south facing. Even though you see the ocean on your right, you think that's the east. It is south facing, which means that the sun is beating on those mountains all day. It's going to be hot. Be prepared for heat. What was the other? The terrain?
Terrain and creek crossing, is it okay if the bib gets wet? Should I plan to get wet, etc.?
You are going to get wet. There's several creek crossings. The water is flowing this time of year. You're going to get wet. Here's how people get hurt at Nine Trails. They try to tiptoe across the creek on the rocks and not get their shoes wet. And then they fall and then they get hurt. Just get in the water. You're going to get wet. Oh, what about my socks? I don't want wet shoes. This is a trail run. Just get in the water because there's going to be another creek crossing in just a few minutes. It's nonstop. So yeah, I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm just telling you the truth. There's a lot of creek crossings. And what happens in the creek crossings in Santa Barbara Front Country, there's also poison oak. So there's not a case where you're not going to be getting into a creek and you're not going to be brushing against poison oak. It's part of the Nine Trails experience. The terrain, it's technical, it's rocky, it's very steep. The 35-mile race, depending on who you talk to, has somewhere around 11,000 feet of vertical gain. Compare that to the Western States 100, which is 100 miles, and it has about 16,000 feet of vertical gain, over 100 miles. This is 35 miles and about 11,000. It's steep. You're either climbing up or you're shuffling down. There's very few places where there's any rhythm, like you're on a flat, runnable section. It's hard. It's slow. Take your time. Be patient. Don't sissy around the creeks. Just go through them. All right. I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm just telling you the truth. Other thing, if you want to talk about hazards, the other things to consider, especially on the south-facing exposed slopes, are rattlesnakes. This is the perfect time of year they come out, and you're going to find them on places like the Rattlesnake Connector Trail, like the Cold Spring Trail, the Hot Spring section, just anywhere where it's open and it's facing the ocean. Yeah, there's snakes there. Good way to tell if there's snakes on the race course. Look around. If there's rocks, there's snakes. I know I'm just being silly. There's a lot of snakes. Just be aware. If you see them, just go around them. Don't squirt them. Don't throw a rock at them. Don't hit them with a stick. They're going to jump up and bite you in the jugular. So don't do that. All right. Back to the cutoffs. 1 o'clock at Romero. We need you out of there by 1. At 2 p.m. at Gibraltar Road on the way back. At 2 o'clock, you must have a working light. You cannot leave the aid station after 2 p.m. without a working headlamp. The aid station people are instructed to ask you to see your light. So be prepared to show them the light, turn it on, make sure it works. If you leave Gibraltar after 2 or 3, you're pretty much going to be finishing in the dark. I know it's only 9 miles, but it's a long, super hard, slow 9 miles. Again, don't put yourself at risk. Don't put me at risk. The Gibraltar Road aid station closes at 4 p.m. So everybody must be beyond Gibraltar. That's mile 26-ish by 4 p.m. No one will depart Gibraltar after 4 p.m. Okay. Any questions about those cutoffs? There's only three. There's only two. Romero at 1, Gibraltar at 4. And we'd like everybody off the course as close to 7 as possible. No. Does an iPhone work? No. No. Use a headlamp. Go to REI, buy a Petzl. They're $30. They're this small. They weigh nothing. They're easy to carry, and you should have one in your running pack at all times anyway. Everybody should have a light, a lighter, and a small first aid kit in their running pack all the time. Are you ready? Aid stations, the questions, they're approximately 5 miles in between. It's a trail run. There could be more, could be less. The tunnel aid station on the way out is at approximately mile 4. Gibraltar is approximately mile 9. San Ysidro is approximately mile 14. Romero is approximately 17 and a half. And then you go back and hit them all again. Okay. Are there any significant changes from the course from last year? It's the exact course as last year. But still, you might want to get that GPX file. Last year, we did not go through the hot springs, through the sulfur ponds and the bamboo and all that. So you're going to miss all the naked people. We're not going through that this year. We're going below that. We're staying on the Edison Road to avoid all of the mess that's at the hot springs nowadays. Any questions about that? Oh, you still might see naked people, but not at the normal spot. Any questions? Aid stations, locations, terrain, creeks.
There's a few more aid station questions. One is, what is available at each aid station?
All of this is in the runner guide. Water, Hammer Nutrition products. The plan is bananas or oranges, and some pre-packaged snacks, chips, cookies, candy, that kind of stuff. There's no cooking, there's no hot food, there's no coffee, there's no soup, there's no sandwiches. Again, you signed up for a really rustic event, that's what you're going to get. So water, Hammer Nutrition products, soda, and ice. Let's talk about first aid as well. There'll be a first aid kit at each aid station. There is a dedicated EMT. Her name is Karen. She will be at the start finish area. If you get hurt, go to an aid station, talk to the aid station captain. They will call or radio to, Baz would be proud. Okay. They will radio us down at the start finish, and then we'll dispatch Karen to you. All right. Someone's saying these trails are crowded on the weekends. Yes, they are very crowded on the weekends. Do racers and hikers have right away? Just use common courtesy, trail courtesy. The trails are open to the public. They already don't like us, so let's do our best to be as courteous as possible. Don't have this attitude. I'm racing here. Get out of my way. I'm racing. Come on. Just be respectful. They may not be respectful, but we will be. Mountain bikers come hauling ass down the tunnel trail, and just be aware. Part of being a trail runner is being a good trail advocate, a good steward, and being a good trail user. All right. Bye, Suzanne. Thank you. Is this helpful? Am I doing an okay job? I'm trying not to be too much of a jerk about any of it. Okay, good. All right, we're almost finished. Any other questions, Emma?
Nothing right now. Keep on trucking.
Okay, I want your questions. They're all good. Okay, we talked about medical. Sunrise is not a jerk. Try not to be. I get sarcastic. I don't mean to. The sunrise on the app says 7:10 a.m. But again, I'm telling you, the first part is covered, so you're gonna want a light. Sunset says 7:05, but again, the ending is going to be covered, so you're definitely going to want to light. There's about 12 hours of daylight. Just to go over a couple of the things that I talked about before, this is the most important thing, is parking anywhere on the course. There's no parking. Please don't do it. Don't try to sneak your friend. Tell your wife, hey, just meet me at Gibraltar, park up the road and hike down. None of that. If you do that, you're going to put me in a position to have to disqualify you, or even worse, the Forest Service is going to see that and then it's going to be a mess. I want to remind all of you that we're doing our best to have the least amount of trash, and part of that is cups. This is a trail run. Come with a pack, come with a bottle, come with a bladder. Don't count on cups at the aid stations. All right, there may be some, but don't count on it. We say that this is a cupless event, and we mean it. So please be prepared to not have a paper cup to throw away at the aid station.
Okay, we've got a couple miscellaneous ones rolling in.
Yeah.
One is, if I get hurt away from an aid station and I can't get there, how's cell coverage?
Cell coverage is not reliable on most of the course, but on the high peaks, there is pretty reliable coverage. So the answer is crawl to the top of a mountain, get to a high peak. I just ran this thing a couple weeks ago, and there was decent cell coverage across, but it's spotty, especially in the canyons.
Will there be any food at the finish?
No, we don't have a food truck. We're not barbecuing or anything like that. So at the finish, the finish is just an aid station. So the same stuff that you were seeing on the tables will be at the start finish. If you're from out of town, you want a big ass burrito, go to Rudy's. It's right down the street.
Question about what the average finish time is for the half.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good one. You could see the results at Ultra Sign Up, but I usually judge that people are usually walking about a 20-minute mile, so about 3 miles per hour. That's probably a good average. Obviously, some people are a heck of a lot faster and slower, but most people can cover about a 20-minute walking pace. More questions? Okay.
I think we're good at the moment.
Okay. So just to recap, just got like 5 more minutes here. The main thing to know is this parking. I know I keep going on about it. It's a big deal. Parking is off-site at the waterfront parking lots down by Garden and Palm Streets by the harbor in Santa Barbara. The city is expecting us. The lots are open specific for you. You still have to pay at the kiosk, but there is a designated safe legal place. Okay. Shuttle buses, the shuttle bus will start at 4 a.m. on Saturday, and the last pickup is at 8:30. That's important. The last pickup is at 8:30 at the Garden Street parking lot. And then they start again at 12 p.m., noon, and will end at 7. So if you're outside of that, you need an Uber. Don't drive your personal car. Optional early packet pickup is 3 to 6 p.m. at Santa Barbara Running. It's on 1046 Coast Village Road in Montecito, Santa Barbara. Everything I'm telling you is on the runner guide.
Question about what's the latest they could arrive for the full distance?
Well, I don't. Don't.
As in 5:45 a.m.?
That would be a mistake, I think, because there's going to be there's going to be a lot of chaos going on at that time. Plus, we're going to have we're going to talk about the current conditions of the course at 5:45. So I would say the latest that you should be there is 5:30.
Should we extrapolate that out to the half and say those participants should expect to be there no later than 8:30?
Sure. Yes, please. Something I didn't mention earlier, and this is also key, is a waiver. Everyone that comes onto the race course must be wearing a bib number and must sign a waiver. This has to do with our insurance again. The waiver, um, you had me at extrapolate. The waiver is available for download and printing right now at All We Do Is Run, allwedoisrun.com. Please go there today, download the waiver, print it, read it, sign it, and bring it. If you don't have a waiver, you're not going to be able to run this thing. Super important. Go to All We Do Is Run. The first thing you're going to see is downloads for 9 trails. You're going to see a link to where you can get the GPX files for both distances. You're going to see a waiver, a PDF map, and the runner guide. Download all of that. Final remind you that both distances are out and back format. It's all going to be marked with pink surveyor tape. It's mostly runner right on the way out, runner left on the way back. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many people get lost because they say, well, you said the ribbons were on the right. So and then when they turn around, they can't get the idea that those same ribbons are on the left. So we're not moving the ribbons. They're on the right, mostly on the right on the way out. Everything with trail running is mostly and approximately. Okay. I think that's it. Rules, no late starts, no early starts. You're starting at 6 or you're starting at 9. If you show up late, it's not a good idea. There's no pacers, which means somebody that's not wearing a bib number is not allowed to pace you. You can team up with another person that's in the run, and you can share aid back and forth, and you can hike and run together, but there's no pacers. No crew support anywhere. This makes it a real trail race. There's no crew support. No parking anywhere on the course. I've said that 50 times. No outside aid, runner to runner aid is okay. But again, if you hide aid on the course, you go out there today, you hide water, you hide food, I can't stop you, but that's against the spirit of the thing. No dogs, no animals at all, no headphones, please. Trekking poles are fine. No littering, obviously. Pack it in, pack it out. If you poop, don't poop on the trail. Find a place, dig a hole, do your deal, bury it, move on. Don't leave your stuff on the trail, please.
Okay, a lot of waiver questions here. Will there be printed waivers, A, at the early packet pickup, which we just want to clarify is Friday, is not tomorrow. I'm seeing some people say tomorrow. That's Friday the 13th. And then also, will there be printed waivers on course at the start line?
Please go to allwedoisrun.com, download the waiver, print it, read it, sign it, and bring it. That's my answer to that. Anything else? Lost and found. We really don't have lost and found. We kind of just have lost. So if you don't want to lose it, please don't bring it. I don't know where my own things are, so I don't know where your things are. When this is over, if you email me and say, Lewis, I lost my favorite shirt from the Boston Marathon. Can you find it and mail it to me? I can't. I don't know where your shirt is. I don't know. I can't mail things to everybody. So just don't bring it, please. Help me out with that one. I can't be responsible for that. Any questions about that? Can we get our bib on race morning? Yes, you can get the bib. We're going to start at 5 a.m. on Saturday. So you can pick up your bib at Santa Barbara Running between 3 and 6 p.m. on Friday, or at 5 a.m. on Saturday. Either one. You don't have to go to Santa Barbara running. It would be helpful. It'd be a lot easier for you if you did that. But also, Santa Barbara Running will be giving discounts in the store on that day. Any questions?
Any
Okay.
last questions anyone wants to drop in the chat? I think I've answered each of them individually.
Before we go, I'll show you guys this. This is our trophy buckle for, oh, you can't see it, huh? Kinda. So this is the trophy buckle for the Born to Run 100-mile endurance run that's happening the weekend of May 15th, 16th, 2026. If you haven't been to Born to Run, come and check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's about a 4-day running festival. We have a 10-mile, 20-mile, 30-mile, 100-mile, 3-day, and a 4-day run. We give a 100-mile trophy buckle, actual legitimate rodeo trophy buckle to anyone that finishes 100 miles, if you're in the 4-day, 3-day, or in the 100-mile. Come and check it out. Born to Run Ultra Marathon. It's a lot of fun. May 16th, the week of May 16th. It's on a private cattle ranch in Los Olivos. Live music, camping, hiking, running, family friendly. Your crew can be there. It's a good time. Will there be ice at the aid stations? The plan is yes, that there should be ice at the aid stations.
How will someone know if they moved off the wait list for the half, and will there be a packet waiting for them?
There is no wait list. Everybody should be able to register. If you're on the wait list, something's not right. If you feel like you're on the wait list, let me know. Let me know right now. Tell Emma right now in the chat. I can look it up as we talk, but there should be no wait list. There's still capacity. Yeah, if you're on the wait list, let me know immediately and I'll move you off the wait list, but there
Couple
should
folks
not.
interested in purchasing one of the Nine Trails maps that's behind you.
Yeah, I don't have that. However, I think that Joe and Monica have printed maps for sale at Santa Barbara Running. So check with them. That waitlist question, that's getting me. I don't think that there's a waitlist. I think I was on the wait list. What? That person, what's your name? That wait list person.
First name's Paul, last name's Morison.
Paul Morrison, 63 years old. You are registered in the half marathon or in the Nine Trails half right now.
You're registered, Paul.
You can see that at ultrasignup.com. Click on, type in Nine Trails, and it'll come up. And then look at entrance, and you should see your name there. I see your name on the entrance list now.
Okay, a couple questions. Did we consider starting the half earlier than 9? And what?
No, it's going to start at 9 o'clock, regardless of the heat and all of that. It's going to start at 9 o'clock. And if you start early, you will not be in the timing system. So it starts at 9.
Great. What time do we recommend halfers should arrive to get the bib and get ready? Is that the
An
no
hour,
later
at
than?
least an hour before.
Great.
And I saw a question about, can family ride the shuttle? Yeah. I forgot to mention that. Absolutely. The shuttle is available to your friends and family. We want them to come to the start. We just can't have them parked there. And the worst thing is, I know what you're thinking. Well, just park on Foothill. It's a 1/4 mile walk. We'll just walk up. Please don't do that. Are dogs included in family? I don't know. If you can talk the bus driver into allowing the dog in the bus, it's okay with me. I doubt it though. I love talking about Nine Trails. Any other questions? I mean that sincerely. This is one of my favorite races ever. Okay. I guess the two big things is the parking and the crewing and the idea that somebody might tamper with the ribbons. All right. I have nothing else.
We have one participant that may need to drop down the distance from full, presumably to the half.
May or does?
Says may.
All right. Well,
We'll roll
so
with it.
once the run starts, you can't change your distance, which means you're in the full. You start running at 6. You get to Gibraltar and you say, you know what? I'm in the half now. And you turn around and go back. That is not also in the spirit of the thing. And that is the DNF, did not finish. So if you need to change your distance up or down, tell me now and I can make the change. So that person that said that they might want to change their distance, tell me, I'll do it right this second if you want to do it.
David, what's your last name?
David Long, David Odell, David Brunken, David Burry. You have a name, Emma?
Burby, Burby.
David Burby, do you want to drop your distance now?
He says, okay to exchange bib for the half. I do now.
Okay, give me just a moment and you're going to be in the half. David Burby, you are in the half. You don't have to do anything else. Just follow the instructions for the half. Anything else?
One last question about if there's any recommended locations for car pickup after the race.
Yeah, so yes, they're at the flagpole at the Cater Water Treatment Plant. There's an area there where you can turn around. On Saturday morning, there's going to be a monitor there, an attendant in a reflective vest. When the cars come up to drop somebody off, they're going to turn you around right there at the flagpole. So you're not going to go past Cater Water Treatment Plant. Same thing in the afternoon. They can pick you up at the flagpole at Cater. Best pizza in Santa Barbara. You know what? I'm not local enough to tell you that, but I know that Rusty's is probably one of the most popular, and I think there's 2 or 3 locations. Is there anybody from Santa Barbara proper that can make a recommendation? Best pizza in the world in Santa Barbara?
I mean, it depends on
Revolver.
if you're looking for fancy or messy. Fancy, St. Bibiana is the best for sure.
Lucky Penny, anywhere down in the funk zone. So, if I was running this thing, I would not run the 35. I would run the half. So that way I'd still be coherent. And then I'd go down in the funk zone and I'd have me some beers at Lucky Penny. And Fig. Go to Figueroa Mountain Brewery. Get a hoppy poppy or 2. Or get a lizard's mouth. You'll finish 1. Any other questions about food recommendations in Santa Barbara? I'm telling you, Rudy's is right down the street and they got big burritos, inexpensive, good. Yeah, Lucky Penny, Revolver. Everybody's saying that. Lucky Penny and Revolver. All right. I would say that this meeting is over, but I'm going to stay here. I'm going to sit right here until all of you sign off. I'm here and I'm available. I want to talk with you. So thank you all for coming and being part of this. It means a lot to me. This race means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me that you're here. I appreciate you taking the time. We've been on this for an hour. Thank you. I know you're taking it seriously, and that makes me feel good. Thank you for being here. I'm going to sit and be here till everybody's gone. Let me tell you this, Emma, thank you so much. You made that much more efficient, and
Dream
I can't
team.
can't wait to meet you in person and hang out with you.
Yeah, we're gonna have a blast.
Do you live in Santa Barbara?
So I have in the past, and I'm up in Slow now, but I'm coming back to Santa Barbara probably next year. So I've spent many years in the last 20 years living in and around Santa Barbara.
Excellent.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm from the Central Coast, from the Atascadero, Paso
Nice.
Robles area.
So not far from me at all.
Yeah, and then my wife and I lived in the Santa Maria Valley for over 30 years. And
Awesome.
now we have dual citizenship. We live part-time in Paso Robles and part-time in Cool, which is where I'm at now. So I'm in Northern
Awesome.
California,
Oh, I love
El
that.
Dorado County.
It's the perfect place for a runner to live.
Oh yeah, right. The Western States race course is less
Amazing.
than 3/4 of a mile from my back door here.
That's amazing.
Was there
I
another
love
question? I thought I saw.
just joined late. Will there be a link for a replay? I'll reply.
Yes, I will send a link to this within the hour. In fact, I'm going to turn the recorder off, but I'm going to stay here and be available if anybody has any more questions. So, thank you. This has been a meeting for the Santa Barbara Nine Trails Endurance Run, which is happening this Saturday, March 14th, 2026. If anybody has any questions, concerns, suggestions, contact me. My email is in the runner guide, which is at allwedoisrun.com. All right. Thanks, guys.